Hey everybody, forgive the windage out here, causing probably some microphone noise, but anyways, we're back to using the Nikon Coolpix L830. Don't have the old glasses on. Anyways, yeah, I just was working on editing the Two Loaded Kennedys Part 4, and I shot all the video for that with the GoPro, and I noticed about halfway through I started getting those little flashes, not the flashing effect, but the little lines, which were kind of a precursor to the flashing effect. So all that did was prove without a doubt that it is the Mac desktop and the software that are at fault there. One or the other or both, who knows. It's not this camera. So I'm thinking, well, if it's going to do it no matter which camera I use, I might as well go back to the 1080. This camera, the video quality is much better. There's a little bit of damage on this lens, but it barely shows up. And especially for those tight shots when I'm showing you guys, well, did you kind of see that there? Maybe I should stop and say something about that, even though this is a Mercury Tower of Power video. Alright, maybe I won't say anything. I'll just leave that teaser the way it is. Maybe it was Keebler elves who left those there. I don't know. Anyways, so I got the new battery for the Ford 1920. The trusty old Shibura of Japan tractor masquerading as a Ford, which is the brush hog tractor. Brush hog actually needs a little bit of work too. Yeah, if only I know somebody who could weld. Alright. So, anywho, so that's running good, which is great because this area over here is getting really overgrown, and I need to get that boat out of there. Alright, so literally as I was just hitting pause, I tripped and almost fell on my you-know-what. Face, I guess I fell forward. Oh, look at the 93 Chevy. Oh, a little crusty. Well, we really got to get that running again. Yeah, that stopped running again and took it off the road because I didn't need it. But here's the story I wanted to really open with, which was cut around here with the brush hog so I can get to this thing. Now, this is the funny thing. My tarp frame that I built and tarp experiment for the winter, well, you can see what we got going here, major rippage. The interesting thing about this is that this just happened. Just 2 weeks ago I was over here looking at this, and I saw that the tarp was still doing what we needed it to do, with the exception of right there was a small rip. Then I came over here and I brush hogged this, and no, I didn't catch the tarp in the brush hog or anything, didn't do anything foolish like that, and it was still okay. And then a couple of nights ago I was walking down the street here, and I noticed that this tarp was halfway down. It was ripped halfway down that center beam. And now today I come over here and it's pretty much fully ripped. So I got one season out of that Harbor Freight tarp. Was that a Harbor Freight or Home Depot? I don't remember. I remember I checked prices on both. So anywho, so sad to say that didn't really work out too well. But it did protect it all winter, I must stress. Well, let's go find a vehicle or something that can pull this thing. Well, the Dodge 3500, the good old one-ton dually, does have a hitch receiver, and I probably have a ball somewhere that will and a hitch that will fit in there, so that would probably be the best bet, except that's currently hooked up to the fifth wheel, and I'm thinking, well, I could either go through the trouble of unhooking it from the fifth wheel, getting it over here, moving the boat, and then disconnecting it so I can hook it back up to the fifth wheel for our next camping trip, or I can go with plan B, which is use the Ford here, use this tractor. Now, I was thinking, well, my first thought was I really should just make some sort of a bracket that I can attach to this so that I can have a ball right on the end of this thing and literally use the tail end of this brush hog as a hitch, because that wouldn't be too hard to do, and this is plenty stout enough to handle it. But I have no desire right now to actually get all mired down in a whole nother project. So I'm thinking that I have a drawbar for this hitch, for a 3-point hitch. I'm almost positive I have a drawbar for this 3-point hitch. So I should just go dig that out, drop the brush hog off of this puppy, and put a proper drawbar on there. You know, and the beauty of actually doing this too is I can raise and lower the 3-point hitch arms, so I don't have to really worry about a height issue over there with the tongue height is not an issue, is what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, it occurs to me that I'm right in the kind of like path over here, so I'm gonna move this puppy off to the side before I drop the brush hog off. PTO is on. I wish they were as easy to put back on as they are to take off. You're probably thinking, why doesn't he just drive right over to the boat? Well, because the hitch is, the drawbar is up here somewhere, and yeah, I guess I'm that lazy. Alright, it's a day later. I finally found where I had this thing stashed. So this is a drawbar that actually fits right on the 3-point hitch, and then all I need now is I need a ball hitch to fit on this. I might have to modify one of these holes and make it a little larger, but I figure before I bother doing that, let me see what I've got for balls that might fit that also fit the hitch on the boat. So I've got several that I just had laying around unused. This one, well, that's a 2-inch right there. That might be what's over there on the boat. This is a 2-inch. It's got a small enough shank that looks like it would fit. I got these vernier calipers. I want to take my nice digital ones out here in the field, literally. So I could just use these. So that's a 2-inch right there, and I bet you that shank's going to be small enough, as opposed to, say, this 2-inch. It's got this big shank that won't even fit through that hole. Now that's going to need a little bit of love to get that nut off of there, but I'm pretty sure that's going to fit. So now I just want to go make sure that that's a 2-inch ball hitch on the trailer. Yeah, I think that's a good fit. Yeah, I think that's a 2-inch. Usually it says somewhere on here what they are. But this just has an 88 on the side here. See, I like it when they put the number right on the top here. I don't see it, but I think that's a 2. So let's go put this on that drawbar, put the drawbar in the tractor.
And drive the tractor over here, and then...
And we'll get the neighbors to move this car. Had somebody parked in front of us. Whew, I stood up too fast, I got a little dizzy. It's warm out here, huh?
Okay.
Alright, so we'll put a little PB blaster on the threads. Let that work in there. See, a lot of these balls, they'll have flats on this collar part right here, so you can grab it with a wrench, keep it from turning. Of course, this one doesn't, so I'm going to use a big old pipe wrench to hold it. Looks like that's happened before, judging by all the marks on here. Somebody's had to do that.
Do you want me to hold the metal one?
No, that's alright. Just got to get the right angle so that all the force I'm applying is, there we go, going in the right direction so that it's not trying to pull this thing and flip it out of my hand. Guess I should have grabbed the socket and ratchet this side. Alright, I might as well put the hitch on. Put this on here temporarily. I'm gonna have to get some pins to go in there. That bar's pretty thick. That nut's only gonna engage that about halfway, but that should be enough to just...
The ball's turning.
Yeah, it's alright. It's enough for me to move it around the yard. Good. Alright, now I gotta get a couple of little pins to, retaining pins to keep that from falling out. I'm just gonna go grab the ones that are on the brush cutter rather than trying to find another one.
What now?
Now, we're gonna drive over there.
I was thinking, can you drive over?
Sure.
Good. Wait. You went too far backwards. No. Nope. Lift it up. We got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
Nice spot, huh? Yeah, the other one I think is completely flat. Come over here and pick this up.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's road proof.
Yeah, that tire there is going to be completely ruined if we try and drive on it, so we're going to get air in it, unfortunately. I need a volunteer to go back and get the air tank.
Not it.
Well, they get to use the ATV to bring it back here.
I'll go.
Thank you. Yeah, that would work. Aiden,
What?
stand back here, because if that tire lets go when he's putting air in it, it could kill you. We'll be safe here. Don't waste the air.
Oh my goodness.
Ugh. You're killing me, Smalls.
No, I want to do it.
Oops. Gee, I wonder who loosened that.
Mark.
I did.
Why?
How much air did you put in that tank?
It said it was half.
That's not enough for this.
No, there's no way that was up to half pressure. You get that valve all the way open? It seems like it's going very slow. You know why it's going slow? He's got hardly any air pressure in there. Take that off. Move back so I can see the gauge. It's like 15 pounds in there. Why didn't you put air? I didn't think I heard the compressor running. You didn't put any air in
Yes,
there.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to.
Well, no, we'll just wait and see. Let's see if it at least takes the big giant deformity out of the tire.
Oh.
I don't think so. Once the pressure inside that tire equals the pressure in the tank, air will no longer flow. So if there's 15 pounds in here and that thing's flat,
He's wasting air.
what are you doing?
It stopped going.
Yeah. We need more air.
Use Mark's head.
I think you just wanted an excuse to go on the...
No,
Mark.
I didn't.
Your little friend's back. All
Yeah,
right,
it-
take this and go back and...
It was on the ATV. That
Listen.
wasp.
I'm going to point to you. See this way over here in the red? Don't go
Yeah.
near that. But up over here,
Do I
like
open-
even like
So I
here,
opened this up.
Yeah,
to put air in?
Yeah.
I thought you did put air
I
in.
know.
No, this valve actually opens this side. All you need to do is put the air in. You'll hear it going in there.
Do you think there's a wasp nest in there?
He seems interested in it. All right, we didn't record it, but we were able to finally get some air in the tank and air up that tire. So I think we're road ready now. A lot of hornets showing interest. A lot of wasps showing interest in this area. I'm hoping there isn't a nest somewhere. I got that one. That's one less wasp to worry about. Mark, just gotta keep an eye out for cars over here.
Yep.
Put your hand out. Not like you're trying to get the ice cream truck to stop. Put your hand out like you're trying to, get them to stop.
Like this?
What?
Like that?
Yeah, that would be, that's the international sign for stop.
Or halt? I want to start.
All right, it's starting to rain, so I got to do this quick. I had a viewer asking me about the size of the bolts on the mount. Well, these bolts that are on the boat are obviously for whatever was on here before, but I was just curious what size these were. These are nice big stainless steel bolts, 2 of them that are left behind, and there must have been 2 more up here. And that looks like there was a big old jack plate or something on there. So these are 1/2 inch. So these are 1/2 inch bolts. See if we can see what the size of the holes are on the mount on the Tower of Power. Oh, well, we just had a rainstorm blow through here, so I had to quit. So, anyways, why did I come over here? I already knew this was 1/2 inch. All right, so those are big old 1/2 inch bolts, probably for a much bigger motor than my Tower of Power 115. So, the question that someone posed was they were curious what size bolts go through the brackets on my Tower of Power, because I guess I think they ordered some and they were coming in a different size, or I don't remember exactly what the details were, but I said I would find out. So we've got this elongated hole down here, and then we've got this hole here, and then you can't see it, but on the inside there's another hole. Alright, so without a doubt the easiest way to handle this is with dowel pins or drill bits or whatever you please. And yeah, we got a winner right there. Okay, so I couldn't remember. This is 5/16. What's a perfect fit is 3/8. Okay, so I'm going to need to use 3/8 inch bolts to fasten this to the transom. And I would say down here is going to be, yeah, it's the same. 3/8 is your answer. So I hope that helps you out with your project. As for me, well, next step is to get the old Oliver 770 over here and finagle this thing onto the back of the boat.